A very good morning and welcome back to your favorite daily market update here on YouTube. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Good morning, guys. My name is Fabio and thank you again for tuning into this daily market update where I discuss all your favorite dollar pairs and of course gold. And we're going to start off with euro dollar because euro dollar yesterday saw another daily bearish candle close. So are we now going to head down lower or are we finally ready to push up higher once again? Now guys, you know my stance here on EURUSD. I am still looking for further upside, but there are kind of like two trades that I'm eyeing up at the moment. So what I'm looking at here, first of all, is the daily fractal structure. So my daily fractal structure is this dotted line over here in towards this dotted line's high over there. I then install this premium versus discount tool, and preferably what you want to see the market do is at least retrace in towards that 0.5 fib before then continuing up higher once again. Now I then go into the lower time frame because on the daily we can take these positions, but we also need the 4-hour alignment, for example. And what I'm seeing here on the 4-hour time frame is that we have a fresh area of 4-hour demand, which could indeed already start pushing the market up higher. We grab this internal liquidity low. So why is this internal liquidity, you may ask? Well, why is it important? Well, if we look at these internal liquidity lows in any leg up, when we have, for example, an impulse, because this is what I consider an impulse up or a leg up, you have these internal liquidity sweeps to fuel the next leg up. Here we have an internal liquidity sweep. Here we have an internal liquidity sweep. And now again, over here, we're seeing an internal liquidity sweep, which could fuel the next move up higher. Additionally, also after tapping into what? Into that 4-hour area of demand over here. Now, obviously, again, we understand that that daily demand zone is still untouched, and preferably you would also want to see a retracement in towards that 0.5. But what to do if the market is already bullish enough? Well, then we go in towards a lower time frame, being, for example, the 1 hour. And then on the 1-hour time frame, I identify here that we get a push up, push down, push up, push down, and now we could just see another push up. Personally, what I'm going to be waiting for is a break of this 1-hour fractal high. If we break that, then we form a new area of demand over here, and then I'll be looking for a long position inside of that demand zone, and I'll be taking the position pretty much like this. So that's what I'm looking for on EURUSD. Overall, from the 1-hour time frame, we're building up a lot of trendline liquidity over here above this trendline, so longs are starting to look good to take out all of these descending highs that we have over here, because again, I see a lot of descending highs in this overall leg down. A beautiful trend line to take out as well in regards to liquidation. So yeah, definitely looking for those potential longs here on EURUSD. So that's what I'm looking for overall. Daily fractal structure bullish, weekly fractal structure bullish, still looking to take out the weekly liquidity as well above this high over here. Again, this is an internal high. We have the overall leg down. In the leg down, you see these little bumps in the road, and above those little bumps in the road, that is where liquidity lies. So still looking to target that after last week's extremely bullish candle close. Overall, we also made a connection with last week's candlestick over here, as you can see. So looking, this bearish candle, so looking indeed for continuation up higher. So that's what I'm looking for on euro dollar. Going into the dollar index itself, is the dollar index then ready to push down lower? Now let's see, because again, on the dollar index as well, not much has changed. If we turn on the 50% body candle indicator, we can very clearly see that these imbalanced candles are still in control. Remember what I mentioned in yesterday's video. If you haven't watched it, I'm going to explain it now. We had this overall 4-hour supply zone. Now, inside of that 4-hour supply zone, we're trading within this 1-hour little uptrend over here. So preferably what I now would want to see is us to really break this key level of support and resistance, but simply just break market structure. We then form an area of supply over here, and then I'll be looking for that further downside sells, okay? So that's what I'm looking for on a 1-hour perspective from the dollar index. And then that downside would mean NU up, EU up, GU up, AU up, for example. But yeah, looking over here, what's nice about overall the dollar index is obviously we've made... or that we're overall bearish, excuse me. So we have here the fractal high, here we have the fractal low. Again, preferably you would want to see a retracement in towards the 0.5 and in towards that daily imbalance and then sell off from there. But again, if the market is already extremely bearish, we can recognize that by 1, we're inside a 4-hour supply zone, and then 2, if we start seeing the lower time frame start to shift, and then we want to be taking out all of these equal ascending lows on this overall trend line over here, right? So I'm looking to take out all of those lows because again, I understand a lot of stop losses and a lot of liquidity is positioned underneath it, but I'm not going to be jumping the gun. I'm going to be waiting for supply to form, and then we'll just get in on the supply chain down lower, and then EURUSD will hopefully break that 1-hour fractal high, and then we can get into long positions. But again, I'm perfectly fine with EURUSD heading down lower for now because again, sellers are currently still in control, right? We can see that the supply chain is still in towards the downside and that the bearish momentum is continuing. So don't jump the gun, wait for that confirmation, and then I'll get into those EURUSD buys. Going into Aussie dollar now next, because Aussie dollar has been moving extremely choppy. Overall, we are consolidating here on AU. At the beginning of the week, I was looking for this potential long position inside this daily area of demand. Now again, AU seems a little bit too strong for that at the moment. Looking here at the 4-hour time frame, we're still inside of that daily area of supply, by the way, that we have over here. Daily time frame overall is bullish. We're seeing the push up, push down, push up, and now we're just looking for the push down. But again, the push down doesn't need to be that deep. It could already just start pushing up higher from here. So how do we understand if the market is then ready? Well, we look at the 4-hour time frame, and then what we see now on the 4-hour time frame is pretty much that we have this sell for the buy here that is currently in control. We're trading inside of a range, so I'm expecting a breakout in either direction very, very soon. But keep an eye open, because if the dollar index does start to break down lower, then AU could already start pushing up higher. But I'm personally staying or keeping my hands off AU due to the fact that we're kind of stuck inside of this box over here. And yeah, I don't really want to be trading that. So I'll be staying out of AU for now and focusing more on EU and NU, which we'll touch upon in a second. Going into GU itself is also extremely choppy. I haven't seen GU do this in a very long time. We still have a lot of lows open, hence why I'm also being a little bit more distant from this pair for the foreseeable future, waiting at least for some more liquidity to get swiped. Preferably, I would see us take out these lows that we have over here and then look for that push up again. Not really interested in looking for buys at this current level, despite kind of like the structure overall internally being bullish. But yeah, for myself, it doesn't really work taking these kind of setups I have seen in the past. So that's why I'm keeping my hands off of it. Overall, also the daily time frame has very messy market structure. Preferably, and I still have the drawings on from yesterday, I would just want to see an overall push down deeper and then a next potential leg up to take out what? To take out that weekly little bump in the road here, where above which lies liquidity. So that's preferably what I wanted to see, but yeah, overall GU is showing some very ugly price action, hence why I'm going to keep my hands off of it and not really go too much in depth on it. Going into NZDUSD next, that is a pair that I'm looking to trade at the moment. Looking here at the daily time frame, what is very nice here on this pair is again that I'm just going to delete this alert for you. Can I delete it right here? Yep. What I want to explain to you here is that the daily time frame overall is bullish, right? So we get the push up, we get the push down, we get the push up, we get the push down, and now we're just looking for the next leg up. Going in towards the 4-hour time frame here, we've seen a sizable retracement in towards the downside. Pretty much the 4-hour range is from this low in towards this high. You could also take this low over here. Now look, what then happens is that if we were to draw the fib on the entire leg, you can pretty much see that we retrace exactly in towards that 0.5 fib. Then what happens after retracing pretty much into that 0.5 fib and into what? Into daily demand. What is daily demand? Your daily demand zone is obviously this entire sell down before the buy up. Then what you see on the 4-hour time frame is a change of character, which is an indication that there's potentially bullish momentum coming into the market. So we see a push down, retracement, push down, retracement, push down, and now we see a push up. The sub for the buy here is now your demand zone, and I'm now pretty much looking for a buy position yeah, on top of that demand zone. You could trade this on the 1-hour time frame. There's also some internal liquidity here as well, so just wait for this to happen and then yeah, get in on the 1-hour change of character. So that's what I'm looking for in NZDUSD, very simple as well. And then last of all, of course, we have gold. So on gold, what I'm looking for here, or what I have been looking for, was of course further upside, a very, very clear price action overall. Again, I know some of you maybe got caught up on shorts. Again, over momentum is in towards the upside, guys. We are bullish, right, and pushing up higher and higher. So don't try to short the overall market trend. Looking here at the daily time frame as well, what happened was that we just simply retraced into these imbalance candles. We grabbed more orders, and then from there we start to push up higher again. Then if you look at the 4-hour time frame, what you can see is that very often when we have an uptrend and when the market is moving up higher very aggressively, you see these liquidation events like this, like this, like this, just purely to hunt the overall stop losses and liquidate the market structure and liquidate those internal lows, like I discussed at the beginning of this session, for example, on EURUSD. So that's happened over here as well. So then all you need to do is pretty much just wait for the market to rest, and then we get in on the overall order flow internally. So you can still see I have my drawings on over here. I also shared this on Instagram yesterday, where the market structure was extremely clear, and we saw an overall impulsive phase, then we saw a corrective phase, then we saw an impulsive phase, corrective, and then we expected another impulsive phase, which has happened. And now once again, we're pretty much in what? We're pretty much again in an corrective phase over here, so inside of this box. and now looking for it to recharge and now provide us with the next move up. And what I'm explaining pretty much here also happens here on the lower time frame, even on the 5 minute, because again, you can see here, this kind of like push down is again a liquidation event where we hunt the stops underneath this low over here. And then if you go in towards the 1 minute, for example, again, what you're going to see, or maybe the 5 minute will be a little bit more clear. What you see here is again consolidation, and then you see another impulse in towards the highs, and then again, what do we see? We see another consolidation phase over here, and then again we push in towards the highs. So you can see that this kind of like concept of reaccumulation happens on every single time frame. And yeah, still looking for further upside on gold. I am expecting some kind of short squeeze to happen very, very soon, where the chart is going to get a little bit ugly. So do stay safe with your stop loss, but for now it is looking good. Just to hit back on NZDUSD, by the way, the reason why we saw some price action push up higher yesterday was because of the news that happened last night in relation to the Reserve Bank of New Zealand doing some monetary policy statements. So keep that in mind, that you always go to Forex Factory and check out what the news has been saying. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Wish you all a fantastic trading day. I'll be giving some more updates inside Discord, and thanks for watching. See you later.